For founders out there who want to create a solution that has a sustainable impact, what are your top 3 tips?
Go out to your, target market and actually ask them, do they agree that whatever it is that you think is a problem is a problem? And then I think second, not being limited in your vision of what it might look like. And then I think also just understanding that you have to start small, that you have to do it as your side hustle. There's nothing wrong with that.
Although sustainability has become mainstream, it still doesn't make a lot of sense to a lot of top decision makers. Make it simple and clear, be bold and go out to market when you think you've got the product and you've got the contacts and test it and improve and learn. And the third one, I personally think this sounds a little bit silly, but it's the most important, is step out into nature each week. And you've got to remember why you're passionate about it. Go for a surf, go for a bushwalk, get out there, reconnect, and you'll be amazed with the energy and creativity that you come back with that's going to help your business.
To define your purpose, why do you exist? What's your noble pursuit? My second tip is to define your value proposition, having a really tight articulation of how you are delivering value. And then my third tip is a simple one, but about your elevator pitch. Get it, share it, and then listen to the feedback.
The top dog may or may not be you eventually, so I really like to forecast where you're going and just whether you're going to have the capacity to take on everything that is going to be thrown at you. So that second point, which is about team and culture, I think you can start that very early on. If the answer to question 1 was that maybe you don't have the capacity to be the top dog, then of course you're going to need to start looking at co-founders and critical team members very early on. Is about storytelling and transparency, and obviously being able to measure and articulate your impact. My hope is that you are leading an impact-driven, regenerative business to take us into the future. So you really need to make sure you instill those as a top priority in the very early days, because it's a lot harder to retrofit once you're many, many steps down the track.
You can be guaranteed that everyone on this panel has been through a stage where you have no resources, no staff, or a very limited amounts of it, and you can do with some good ideas and some good help. And if you're not necessarily a founder, but you bring something to the table, reach out onto them on LinkedIn and say, hey, look, I've got some ideas, and maybe a couple of hours a week or whatever it might be, and put yourself out there and step out of your comfort zone, I think is a great place to start.